What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And guys, today's video will be quite different than any other videos on my channel that are related to MMTLP saga. Because during the preparation for today's video, I found out some details that might be not so pleasant for MMTLP community. And guys, this information will be given to you almost without any of my explanations, any of my comments. It is just for your own conclusions. I have to say that we have to know the point of view from both sides, from the side of MMTLP community and from other side. That is why, guys, please do not ignore this video, and I still need your support, and to do so, please click the like button. So, let's start with this news. You know that just yesterday basically, I made a video that is directly related to the RICO lawsuit that was filed by Mark Basil's law firm. And definitely it is a very promising update that is directly related to MMTLP saga. But I found out quite interesting point of view that this lawsuit might be dismissed, and it might be dismissed quite easily. So let's first of all take a look on this set of tweets that was published by tabloid by Alpaca, and let me quote you all of them. New MMTLP lawsuit, Intercoastal Waterways LLC at Georgia LLC versus Trade Station Securities. Intercoastal Waterways is owned by Anna Grzekasz. I think this surname has an origination from Poland. That is why I think I pronounced it correctly. So, here you can see the screenshot of the ownership of this company, Anna Grzekasz. And let me show you further. The plaintiff poured over $76,000 into MMTLP in the waning days, hoping for a windfall. And here you can see the screenshot that proves this word, $76,309,000. Next one. Looks like she tried to sell for $50 during the final days. And here is the screenshot of the attempt to sell 4,000 shares of MMTLP at the price of $50 or higher. And the order failed, and the reason is the error EC404. Symbol MMTLP is non-DTC eligible. Let me quote you further. As a participant in Trade Station's share lending program, the plaintiff received $44.36 for lending MMTLP and MMAT out, according to the exhibit. And here is this screenshot. As you can see, the date of this report is December the 30th, 2022, and the statement period November 30th, 2022. And here you can see the total amount that was received by the owner, and is $44.36. Next one. As of January 2023, she held position in 2 companies. Here is the statement of the position, and it was the position in GTII and Meta Materials, as you can see right here. Next one. Even until 2024, MMTLP's short position was never closed, because it can't. So she's getting a steady monthly income from people who borrowed her MMTLP shares. In other words, shares are stuck and they are paying her monthly. And here's the proof of this statement. On January 31st of this year, she received 29 cents from the lending of GTII shares and $14.21 for the lending of NextBridge Hydrocarbons shares. Let me quote you further. 2022 tax form shows active trader designation with over $32,000 in capital losses. Again, this statement, and by the way, guys, all the screenshots, as you can see, were made from the lawsuit itself. Unfortunately, I don't have the access to this document in details, but to be honest, I don't have the proper education level to know what does it mean. I have a PhD in economics, but I don't have any degree in jurisprudence. So, let me quote you the next tweet. Are they claiming that she lost $370,000 here because she couldn't sell MMTLP for $40 a share on December the 12th? And here's this statement. On or about December the 9th of 2022, with the understanding the shares would be trading until December the 12th, plaintiff attempted to submit 2 limit sell orders, with both being rejected by TradeStation platform. Plaintiff's first limit sell order was for 4,000 shares at $50 per share with an estimated trade value of $200,000. Plaintiff's second limit order was for 9,269 shares at $40 per share with an estimated trade value of $370,760. Next one. RICO Enterprises. They say the fact that she can't recall her shares is RICO. And here's the scheme why the RICO lawsuit might be implemented. And guys, as you can see, one of the main signs of RICO violations is the enterprise that was made by wrongdoers. And this scheme potentially shows this fact. Next statement. Here's Mark's helpful explanation on why this is RICO. And again, another weird scheme, but it is pretty straightforward. The retail community who bought MMTLP shares is right here, plaintiff and customers. And as you can see, through the TradeStation, they lent MMTLP shares to DOE defendants, and DOE defendants sold it on the open market. They received revenue, and when the FINRA implemented U3 halt, this revenue became 100% profit for the short sellers. And definitely it is quite a generic structure, but this is how the short sellers, illegal short sellers, work. Let me show you further. Explosive allegation from Mark Basile. People who naked shorted MMTLP got to keep the money when it was suspended. But why are they still paying her borrow fee? And here's the statement itself, number 64. At all relevant times, the DOE defendants had a common purpose of seeking to illegally short sell MMTLP shares for profit, borrowing both legitimate and or selling counterfeit MMTLP shares and selling the MMTLP shares on the open market to open short positions. After the U3 halt was implemented on December the 9th, 2022, and the MMTLP ticker symbol was deleted on December 13th, repurchasing and returning any borrowed legitimate or counterfeit MMTLP shares to cover any outstanding short position became impossible, thus allowing the DOE defendants to retain all illicit profits and returns generated from their short sales of the borrowed true, as well as counterfeit shares it received from TradeStation. Next statement. I don't follow this part of the argument. He consistently says TradeStation loaned more than what they had, and then to say that TradeStation was issued a share certificate that excluded a large number of shares. If they loaned out more, wouldn't they get nothing? And I have to say that it is quite an interesting statement, but we know that TradeStation by themselves admitted the imbalance on their books, and potentially this fact might not be so important. Next one. The fact that they got an NBH certificate that had something means that they loaned out less than what they held for their customers. More allegation. Because lent out shares have not been returned due to the U3 halt, this means it's RICO. So again, I think it is pretty straightforward. And here we have the value according to Anna. Anna's damage for not being able to sell MMTLP is at least $40 per share. And Anna is demanding the monetary value of her MMTLP position, which is $40 per share or $360,370. Here you can see in the paragraph of 160 and 161. TradeStation placement of an amount equal to 100% of the market value of the borrowed shares is to fully secure plaintiff's interest in the loan. As such, plaintiff respectfully requests this court award expectation damages in the amount of $360,370. So quite substantial amount of money. Next one. So TradeStation has mandatory arbitration clauses littered everywhere like any other broker. How do they defeat this? By saying FINRA is also at fault, so they can't be an arbiter, demands Florida jury trial notwithstanding mandatory arbitration clause. And guys, we know that, for example, Richard Hoffman's case was switched to the arbitration, and his lawsuit was switched to the arbitration because of the same clauses. And for now he's fighting against Fidelity in arbitration, but definitely his lawsuit wasn't a RICO lawsuit. So next one. Hello my arbitration experts, can you say no to mandatory arbitration by saying it's RICO and FINRA is in on it? And guys, this is the crucial point of this so-called investigation, because if this lawsuit will not be sufficient to the RICO claims, definitely all these claims will be switched to an arbitration, and it is a completely different story. Next one, the plaintiffs are being represented by Florida-based TBLF partner Agapia Cruz. Here's her photo. Mark's previous tweets indicated that it was being led by Joseph Rose Esquire, his New York-based attorney. Quite young person, I have to say. And I have independently confirmed that the plaintiff is Anna Trades. And this is quite an interesting statement, but I also made my due diligence, and probably it is the reality. So, how did I independently confirm this? If you search the LLC's address on this platform, you get this where she guides you how to find your representative to talk to them about MMTLP. And guys, I found out that it is potentially Anna Trades who filed this lawsuit through Mark Basil's law firm, because I found that Anna Jakosh has quite similar photos with Anna Trades. And it is not the big deal that one of our community members, one of our headliners, filed this lawsuit. But definitely, we found out this not from her or from Mark Basil, but we found out it from third parties. Next one. Still having hard time getting over this section where Basil argues that MMTLP could be worth $2.4 thousand a share based on some shoddy screenshot. And here is the screenshot again from TradeStation where the too late to cancel limit order was mentioned in the TradeStation account of one of MMTLP community members. Next one. Wes Christian, after flurry of lawsuits in 2000s, went somewhat quiet in space after he got sanctioned for filing baloney lawsuits, as columnist Gary Weiss said over a decade ago. And here's this article that was published on September the 4th of 2009. Let me show you this in detail. Renowned attorney Wes Christian smacked down in baloney lawsuit. So, again, very interesting fact. And Tabloid by Alpaca added this. 15 years later, it's still the same. And guys, in general, I have to say that this due diligence was made quite thoroughly, because this person at least have read from the very beginning to the very end the entire lawsuit, and he made his conclusions. But on top of that, guys, let me show you this tweet that was published by Trader Zero, and he wrote, "Big miss by Basil lawyers. They filed the MSLA as Exhibit 4 and argued 1578 CCB, claiming lack of disclosure, but they must have overlooked this risk disclosure document that TradeStation will definitely not overlook. A dismissal is likely considering these points." And guys, this statement is quite scary, but I have to say that the final decision should be made definitely by the judge. And this is only the opinion of Trader Zero, but definitely this opinion has a lot of proofs and a lot of very solid statements. And let me quote you this. Basil didn't consider Section 12 and related disclosure clearly outlining the treatment of loan securities in corporate actions. The conversion of MMTLP shares to NBH shares comply with these provisions. They don't acknowledge that cancellation of MMTLP shares and their conversion into non-tradable NBH shares created an impossibility of performance regarding the return of the original securities. Originally, The lack of recall from TradeStation or the owners means there was no active obligation to return the shares. They can't claim non-disclosure and risk acceptance. The detailed disclosure provided to the plaintiff are clear about the risk associated with the lending program, including corporate actions and the lack of SEPA protection. The RICO sheet is not going anywhere. I can explain why in another post if anyone cares. And guys, all these statements are quite solid. But at the same time, we have to keep in mind that the dates that was set by FINRA itself confused all the retail investors and basically all of investors. And these dates was implemented by FINRA itself. Let me show you right here. Here is the video where the head of OTC markets, Jeff Mendel, stated that the last trading day should not be December the 8th of 2022, but it should be December the 12th. And it was mentioned all across the market. All the broker-dealers made these statements in the letters to MMTLP shareholders. That is why, guys, despite the fact that the lawsuit might be dismissed according to this investigation, but in my opinion, final decision definitely should be made by the judge, and we have to wait for the resolution one way or another. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad.